and welcome to the Blood Podcast, Birth, Love, Experience, and Death. I'm your host, Stephanie Bushak.
And I'm your co-host, Matthew Bushak, or Matt. I don't know. Yeah, I
Welcome.
usually call myself Matt.
Yeah, Matt.
I've been putting Matthew on a lot of things lately.
Really?
For some reason, yeah, just easier. Anyway, just filling out a lot of forms.
You probably have it filled in on your
I
thing
do,
on the
yeah,
computer that
on the
way, and so
computer
it's
too,
easier
yeah.
just to do that.
Yeah.
So today, first of all, we're a day late on our podcast.
Shame, Steph.
We apologize for that.
Shame.
It's been a wild week. We went to Washington to visit family for a little bit, and
That was exciting.
we had to recover.
anyways,
So we're here now.
Yep.
So today, what are we going to talk about, Matt?
Today we're going to talk about Ryan and kind of what he does and some of his habits and behaviors and, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So I was thinking if you wanted to start us off with like a typical day.
Oh, okay. A typical day, Ryan gets up probably about noonish, somewhere between 10 and noon. And he asks for something to eat right away.
First thing, yeah, like he gets out of bed, and if you see him, you're like, good morning, or buongiorno, and
Or
he just goes, Lays.
Yeah. Did you sleep well? Lays.
Lays.
Lays is his word for snacks now, and it has been for probably about 2 years. We don't know why it's Lays. It used to be snack,
Yeah.
and then it just changed to Lays.
I
at
guess it's
one
like
point.
Coke for soda.
Yeah, I guess
him.
so. So he gets up, he asks for food.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's something that he can make. Sometimes I make it for him. It depends on what he chooses. I like to give him choices. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, he's usually got some sort of rec therapy or aqua therapy going on. On Thursdays, he's got aqua or actually music therapies on Thursday also. So he's got some sort of therapy usually going on Monday through Thursday. The Monday through Wednesday, it's usually from like 12 to maybe 2:30 or 5. It depends on the day. And then on Thursdays, his therapies are usually later in the afternoon, like 1 to 4:30. And so, yeah, he does his therapy thing.
So he's out of the house at least a couple hours a day for most of the week.
Yeah. And then when he gets home, he asks for
Food, snack, Lays, whatever, or some random restaurant.
Yes.
Papa John's.
Yes.
What? We haven't eaten Papa John's in like 20 years.
10 years
Like,
at least.
yeah, I didn't even know he ever ate there. So anyways,
So that's his.
a lot of food focus.
A lot of food focus. And he happens to be on Wegovy, but that's a different story. And actually, it's helped quite a bit. But and then
and so
he'll immediately start asking like, "What's for dinner?"
So and speaking of food, so we have a food schedule.
Yes.
So like, you know, wake up at noon, you get breakfast. At 2:30 you get a snack. At 4 o'clock you get a snack.
Yeah.
6 o'clock is dinner. 8 o'clock is his final
It's
snack.
Final snack, and you have to tell him when you're giving it to him. This is the last snack. No more food after this.
But he will constantly ask for that snack between, like, if it's the 2:30 snack, he'll start at like 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And about every few minutes he'll be like, Lays.
Like,
it's like 2:30, then
sometimes
Lays.
he'll get real specific. He'll be like, chips and cheese and salsa.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, 12 o'clock, then chips and cheese and salsa.
But he asks
it doesn't
incessantly.
end there. It doesn't end there. You have to say something like first, and then he'll go, 12 o'clock, then chips and cheese and salsa. And he talks really fast.
And then he'll walk
when he
away
says
for a few
it.
minutes.
Yeah, he'll be gone for maybe like 15 minutes, maybe.
Or just sometimes he just stays there and repeats the same thing.
Yeah, he does.
It's tough.
He's been known to like sometimes get right in your face, like if you're on the computer or something, he'll like lean right into you and get right in your face and be like, chips and cheese and salsa. And you're like, yes, chips and cheese and salsa at 12 o'clock first.
Yes.
And he'll say, 12 o'clock, then chips and cheese and salsa. And then he'll get right back in your face.
It's annoying as hell. I mean, it really is. You guys, you know what? Nobody that probably listening to this podcast understands the true gravity of what that is when you're sitting there trying to do something, and for a full hour, your son is behind you at every minute or few seconds or whatever, a few minutes asking for Lays.
Yes.
And
I think that's what caused us to be like, this should be a podcast. What does our day look like with Ryan? Because we're enthusiastic to talk about it, as you can tell. And it's because It's something that literally weighs on us every single day.
Yes. Caretaking for an adult with autism, with profound autism, is not an easy task.
Okay, the day I gave you was super basic.
Right, yeah.
Some days, like at least once every 2 weeks.
So there's some things that weekly we do.
Yes.
So like Saturday, he wakes up, and the first thing he says Saturday is Lowe's.
Ryan, how'd you sleep? Lowe's.
Yeah. Good morning, Ryan. Lowe's.
Okay, yes, we'll go to Lowe's at this time. How did you sleep?
So usually we go to noon. Usually we go to Lowe's at noon, and he only gets a candy bar. I don't know how this started. I probably like had to do a project one time, and it's like, hey, let's go to Lowe's, and I got him a candy bar, and then maybe he asked another week. But Ryan can form habits very quickly.
Yeah.
So you do something once or twice, all of a sudden you're doing it in perpetuity.
Yes.
And so, and then that's the thing on Saturday. Then we have to go to Lowe's. Then we have to end up going to H-E-B.
Yes.
So Lowe's gets a candy bar, and H-E-B gets like a bag of chips or popcorn or something.
Something to bring home for a snack.
Something to bring home. Yep.
And it used to be that every once in a while, it's been a while since he's done this, but every once in a while, you'll do H-E-B, and then all of a sudden he'll be like, Walmart or Home Depot.
Yeah.
Or he'll just throw some random place out there. There was one weekend, I remember, like, we were almost in tears. We were out all day because we stopped. We went to Lowe's, then we went to H-E-B, and he wanted to go out to eat, and we were like, no, we'll have lunch at home. And so we tried to go home, and all of a sudden he was like, and he was taking his water bottle and flinging water all over the car, and we were like, oh shit.
Yeah, when a 26-year-old man starts having a temper tantrum, you can't stop it.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do to if he can get as excitable as he wants.
Yes.
Because we can't do anything if he doesn't want us to.
Yeah. And so I think that day we tried to drive home and tried to get him out of the car, and he would not get out of the ar, and he kept asking for whatever restaurant or whatever it was he wanted. And it was a nightmare.
Yeah,
we literally just went to one place after another. I think we ended up going to like 5 or 6 places that day.
Yeah.
And then finally, he kind of quit asking for shit. And we were like, good, can we go home now? Because we just spent from 12 o'clock in the afternoon to like 4 o'clock in the afternoon doing nothing but what Brian had his focus on.
Yeah, and that happens. So on Sunday, it's Walmart.
Yes,
so
after
we go to church and then Walmart. Period. No alternatives, no nothing.
Yes.
It's Walmart. Every Tuesday, so he asks for restaurants all of the time. I mean, when he just asks for food. This boy, he just constantly, the only thing he wants is food.
He's got food on the brain.
And if we're somewhere where there's a beach, then he wants to go to the beach too.
Yeah.
But those are about the only things that he
You know how in our own head we think about food all the time, but we don't say it out loud?
He just
says it out loud constantly.
I mean, some of it is boredom. I mean, you know, to entertain himself, about all he can do is surf videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
But that entertains him for a couple hours a day. And then he just kind of has to, he's not a real creative. He doesn't do Legos. He doesn't do
The only thing
anything.
he really does is sometimes he'll dress up.
Yeah.
He'll go through like all his costumes and hats and stuff, and he'll dress up and come out and show us and look at himself in the mirror. He's got Play-Doh. He pulls out about once every 3 months, and he'll play with his Play-Doh and the Play-Doh toys.
But for the most part, he's bored.
Yeah.
And so he's just on us asking for food because what else do you ask for?
Pretty regularly, about once a week, y'all have to make cookies.
Yep. And there was one, so we make a batch of cookies. There was one night where, so there's like 4 different kinds of cookies I make. Oatmeal scotchies, M&M, chocolate chip, the Sandy, not the Sandies,
I know, Snickerdoodles.
Snickerdoodles, and something else. Peanut butter chocolate chip.
Yeah.
Well, he'd asked for one kind of cookie, and I'm like, okay, we'll make this oatmeal scotches, whatever. And then he said, okay, Snickerdoodles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We had to make 4 batches, all 4 kinds of cookies. It went from like 6 o'clock to like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Matt was tired. He was dragging. Ryan was not giving it up.
Yeah, I tried to stop. I tried to redirect, hey, can we just go get ice cream or something?
Can we make these cookies tomorrow?
Yeah. And he was really upset if we didn't.
No, he had to keep going. Every once in a while, it's like something gets stuck in his brain, and he absolutely has to follow through with it, or the world's going to implode.
And we're kind of at his whim. We're kind of hostage, whenever he has something. Like I say, if he wants to throw a tantrum, what can we do?
Yeah.
Are we just going to sit in the house and let him try to spit on us and throw water around?
I kind of liken it to, do you ever remember that the Twilight Zone movie? There was one part of the movie where there was a girl that, come to find out, she like mentally controlled her whole family and
yeah, I sort of remember.
Yeah, her teacher came over to visit, and she was like, "Oh, it's so good to see you. Come into our house." And her parents were like perfectly polite, and her sister was like sitting in a corner by herself, and her sister said something she didn't like, and she made her mouth disappear. I hate to say that, but
Ryan's going to make our mouths disappear.
He's going to. Well, that's how much control he has over us. So we kind of have to. Sometimes we get our way, and then sometimes he gets his way, and it's usually not pretty when he forces himself to get his way on something.
And I think I was talking about the restaurants he asked for. So what we did was we thought of, okay, let's just go out to dinner once a week and put it on a calendar when you ask for these restaurants.
Yes.
I mean, some of these things you think about one day and you're like, holy shit, that's genius. So now we have a calendar, so every time you ask for Papa John's or Olive Garden or Cracker Barrel or
whatever,
100 other places,
crappy ass restaurant he decides he has to eat
Red Lobster is
Red
not,
Lobster.
And
what does he get every time we go to Red
Lobster? A fucking
Lobster?
burger. Everywhere we go, he gets a fucking burger or a quesadilla.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
But he wants to go to all these different places. And so we have this calendar, and it got out at least 3 months. He'll ask for a restaurant, so we'll just go put it on the calendar. Mm-hmm. At least then he'll stop asking for it, or we can, if he asks for it, we can say it's on the calendar.
Every once in a while we get lucky, and we want to go to a restaurant, and we'll see that he has something that we don't want, like Red Lobster.
Yeah.
And when he's not home, we might be able to go and erase it and replace it with something else. Mm-hmm. But it's really a crapshoot when you do that. It's really kind of 50-50, because if he goes in there and it clicks with him that, no, this day we were supposed to go to Red Lobster and they changed it, he'll get right back in your face and be like, Red Lobster, Red Lobster. And you'll have to go at it somewhere else later in the calendar in order to appease him. But
and sometimes we can negotiate. Like if he wants to go to Red Lobster, and it's like, can't we just go to Casa Garcia's or something?
Right.
So we might ask him, Casa Garcia's, okay? Tonight Casa Garcia's, and he'll be like, Casa Garcia's. He might like that better.
Yeah.
So sometimes we can get him to change. If he asks for Burger King, we just take him and get his burger, and we go somewhere else. Because Burger King is horrible.
It used to be
good. Oh my God, man! It's the worst.
Years ago.
I would eat Jack in the Box over Burger King.
I know, right?
Now.
They have good.
Just not great.
Those fried tacos are the only thing I'll eat.
Yeah. I would eat the Jack in the Box burgers over the Burger King burgers.
That's true. That's true.
Sucks.
So that's some really regular stuff. Every single day we take turns. One of us is the toothbrusher for the month, and the other one is the shower bather for the month. And he gets a shower about every other day.
And you have to put on scrub gloves. And we wash him down. Everything, he gets his own privates, but
but if you were to even just you can't just leave him, because he would literally just stand under the water the whole time. But even if you're standing there telling him what to do, he'll just touch himself.
Yeah, it's like, wash your arm, wash your other arm. Wash your underarm.
And you'll be like, no, spend some time on your arm, really get it. And you have to literally mime everything slowly for him to cover his whole arm. Otherwise, if you just went wash your arm, no, a little bit longer, he would literally in that one spot that you're pointing out just wash
and
that one spot.
I just did it.
Yeah, I did it. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
So you have to help him wash.
So yes, bathing a 26-year-old man is,
bathing a 26-year-old man
is things we
always,
get to do.
Yeah, it's such a unique experience.
Yep.
And brushing his teeth, we used to sing him a song, and very recently Matt was like, I'm just going to brush my teeth.
I hate that. I was so sick of that song. So we sang this toothbrushing song for years and years and years and years. And finally, I just got sick of it. I'm like, I can't sing the fucking song anymore.
I'm going to break. I'm going to hurt somebody if I have to sing this song
and so
one more time.
Stephanie, another genius moment, said, well, why don't you just brush it the same as him, and that way he can just follow along with what you're doing. I'm like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So that got
right now I'm brushing teeth, and I've learned if I close my eyes and don't make any kind of eye contact with him, he's better at looking at me and paying attention to what I'm doing.
See, there you go.
So
little tips, man.
Little things here and there. We've got timers set up all around the house. So if there's a lot of things that need to happen within
it's like
certain...
Lowe's, we can say, okay, 30 minutes until Lowe's,
Or we're trying to get him up and he doesn't want to get up. It'll be like, okay, you've got 10 minutes. And then as the timer goes off, it's like, all right, I gave you your 10 minutes. Let's go.
That's only for church. Because other things he has to get up for early, he's excited. Like Special Olympics, he gets right up. It's just
so there's brushing his teeth. There's that we brush his teeth once a day right before bedtime.
Yep.
I trim his fingernails and his toenails about every 2 to 3 weeks. It just kind of depends on how fast they're growing or if he's been picking at something a lot.
She shaves him.
I give him I give him a haircut about once a month and trim his beard and mustache. I used to completely shave his beard and mustache, and I was like, this is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And so I started leaving the facial hair, and it seemed to. And after a while, I started asking him, "Do you want me to shave, or do you want to keep your beard?" And he would say he wanted to keep his beard. So
he didn't like shaving either. I'm sure.
It's a pain. And so, there's that. Of course, any doctor's appointments or there's things we have to do yearly for like
guardianship.
There's things we have to do every once in a while for Social Security.
We have come up with an estate plan for if something happens to Stephanie and I. What happens with Ryan?
Yeah.
No other parents of adult children have to think about this stuff.
No.
Like, when like how much life insurance do I need? How much can we save in the bank to hopefully send him to a private pay home instead of this estate home?
Yeah.
Who's going to manage all this stuff?
Yeah.
These are real issues that most parents don't deal with.
Yeah.
And then Social Security stuff. You got to make sure you file everything at the right time. You're filling out all the paperwork. It's a lot.
So outside of the summer's very different. Summer, because children are out of school, our therapists, the rec and the aqua therapists, sometimes have to rearrange some of their schedule for some of their other clients. Mm-hmm. So we have to be really flexible.
And then Ryan goes to camps.
Yeah.
A couple of camps in the summer, week-long camps.
Yes, he goes to 2 different camps. Sometimes he'll get to go to one of them a couple of times, but 2, maybe 3 if we're lucky. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they have an extra spot in a camp, and we're like, yeah, we'll take it,
Mm-hmm.
Have fun.
Yes.
He loves camp, by the way. It's not like he begrudgingly goes.
And we love it when he goes, man.
He loves going to camp.
You want to talk about, we're talking about all this neediness that he has. Food.
Yeah.
And it just wears on you. I mean, you're always in this kind of state of like fight or flight. Like, when's he going to say something?
I'm sure my cortisol levels are
they're
to the roof.
I can see squirt out your ears sometimes. There's so much cortisol going on.
Yeah.
When he's gone for a couple of days, it's like all these things that we do. These nervous habits like, grinding teeth or clenching fists or things that, like I might do.
Getting stress headaches.
Yeah, it goes away.
It all goes away.
It's like, it's amazing.
Don't get us wrong. We love the boy.
Yes, yeah.
With every fiber of our being. But
that's why we want to take care of him.
Stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that shows we take care of him. We take him places. We do all this stuff for him. But to get that break is huge.
Yeah.
And so we get camp breaks. Occasionally, we'll get someone else to watch him, maybe for a weekend or for longer. Stephanie's niece, Ashley, will fly down and watch him for a week or so sometimes.
We're so grateful. We've got a lot of things in place that took us years and years and years to build. We have like a social network for us and for him that took a long, that literally took his whole life to build up. Yeah.
I mean, he's in Special Olympics. He does bowling, powerlifting, and shot put and track.
Yes.
And he enjoys going to the Special Olympics stuff. I coach the powerlifting and the shot put. I'm his teammate on bowling.
Yes.
So we do that together. And that's kind of part of our, special needs family. I mean, we don't hang out with the parents kind of outside of special needs events, but when we're there, we all talk, and it's nice to have that community. Yeah. I think Ryan likes hanging out around his peers and
definitely.
So
definitely. And Ryan's the kind of he may not like communicate by talking, except for like one or two words here or there, when he wants something like bathroom or food or whatever. But he likes you when he wants to get close to you. Like he'll pace a lot, and if he's pacing like really close to you, and so while he's at these Special Olympics events, he's got a huge smile plastered on his face half the time, and he's circling around his friends and just being close. And
he never really sits down.
Yeah,
Ryan pretty much just stands up at paces. The only time he sits down is when he's on the computer. But even then, he's like really
rocking in the
really
chair
moving.
And stuff. Yeah.
But the rest of the time, he's just standing up and walking around.
Yeah. Wants to be in the middle of the action.
I mean, even at home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He doesn't just sit down and sits down to eat and play on the computer.
He's always. I used to call him Houdini when he was little, because you know how you swaddle babies. We would swaddle Sonny, and he'd be all content, and he'd be good, and fall asleep or whatever. Ryan would. I don't care how tight you.
We got tried that so tight.
We used to like really.
We got really good at it. Yeah.
Yeah, we got really good at it, but he like would immediately come out of it, arms flailing, legs kicking the blanket off, and did not want anything to do with it. He used to do things like, I walked out in the living room one time, and we had a bookshelf that was next to the front door when we lived in Washington. And one of the shelves that was like eye level, he was 2. He climbed up there. It was like inside of it was empty. All it had on it was toys. And thank God it was like bolted to the wall.
Yeah.
But it was like, how the fuck did you end up all the way up here? And, like a Fisher Price barn would be on the ground, and he climbed up the barn and then climbed up the, oh my God, you monkey, get down from there.
When he was a kid, he was, I mean.
He was a flight risk when he was little.
As an adult, I mean, when he was going through his teenage years and that stuff, oh my God, man. I mean, there was times when we would fight.
Yeah. Hormones were not kind to Ryan.
No, gosh, it was miserable. We had holes all in the walls of our house because he would poke the wall enough to make a dent in it, or he would shove his hip into
it and get it kind of dented, and then he'd start working on it with his fist until he'd get a hole in it, and then he'd dig his fingers in the hole and start pulling out the drywall.
And so
we had so many like particle board type boards that were literally nailed to the wall.
I just started putting plywood up there because it was like there's no point in trying to patch it up. He was destructive. I mean, he was. I don't know how we did it.
I don't either.
Because he was at school for most of the day. That helped.
We couldn't have a couch for a long time.
That's right. Yeah.
Because he treated it like a trampoline, even though he had a trampoline in the backyard.
And he would start taking the stitching out.
Yeah, he would start taking stitching out, or if there were buttons on it, he'd pick buttons off. If there were pillows, he'd open them and tear everything out of them. And if
he'd go to sleep on it and he'd wet it.
Yeah,
we at one point we had a couch from IKEA, or more like a love seat. It was pretty small.
Yeah.
And it had, IKEA, you just put a different color on it, or cover on it.
Yeah, interchangeable covers. So we had 2 covers.
So we had 2 covers, and in between the cover and the couch, we put in a plastic sheeting.
Yeah.
So that way, if he wandered out in the middle of the night and he slept on the couch, and wet himself, then we would just have to change that out.
Or he insisted on sleeping on the couch, which happened a couple of times where you're like, okay, he's not going to go to bed. Glad we have that plastic sheet underneath.
So we got pretty good at changing that shit out.
Yeah.
Man. Oh my God.
But it was such a pain in the ass. And you had to we were doing it like at least once a week.
Probably, more than that. Yeah.
And his bedding, he didn't stop peeing the bed until he was probably
late teens?
18, 19, right around there. And so up until that point, he would pee the bed at least once or twice a week. So he's sleeping on a plastic sheet on top of, underneath all of his sheets, and you'd have to change all that out and wipe everything down. And Lord, high maintenance. And he's still high maintenance, just in different ways.
At least he used to not talk to us.
Yeah.
He used to not have any words really to come talk to us, which was probably part of the frustration. But now he has a few things he can say, and he can just say it over and over.
Yes.
So I remember, we used to do band practice for church on Thursday nights. And so I'd bring Ryan up there, and he wanted to he would start saying Whataburger. And I'm like, I am not going to make a habit, because I know the first time I take him to Whataburger, that means every single time we're going to have to go to Whataburger. And he sat there and I'm playing, and he's going, Whataburger, Whataburger, literally Whataburger.
Up on the stage
every
with
few
you,
seconds,
like right in your ear.
Right in my ear, right in my face. And finally, I broke, and I said, okay, we'll go to Whataburger. And we went to Whataburger, and every single Thursday, we go to practice, and then we go to Whataburger.
Yeah. I think at some point you were like, I'm not going to bring him to practice, and we had to like thin that out.
Yeah.
Because he notices when he doesn't get to go the first few times, and it frustrates him.
Yeah, try not to take him to practice so we avoid the Whataburger thing. It's crazy.
It is crazy. Sonny put up with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I will say, Sonny had a really good group of friends, so we actually still have a couple of his friends that come over and visit, and they know Ryan really well because one of them literally grew up with Ryan.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, so I was looking at my list of topics I wanted to cover too. He does do a few chores. He empties the dishwasher.
Yes.
And if you need him to take the trash or the recycle out to the garage, he can do that.
If you need him to like get out plates and forks and set stuff up for dinner, he can help with that. Sometimes when I'm cooking and I'm not in a hurry, he'll help out with that.
He helps out like cookies. I can tell him, put the bowl on the scale and say 300 grams or 300, and he'll put in enough flour to make it 300.
And he helps you with the cookies like almost every single time you make them.
Yeah.
Y'all do
that's
that.
Kind of
that's a together thing. Yeah.
This weekend we're making peanut butter brownies. Yes, I love those. I'm gonna have to make a double batch.
Yeah.
One for church and one for us.
I know.
Because those things are so fucking good.
Yeah.
So that's on the calendar.
I have my favorites, but
One of the other things that we do is special needs dances.
Oh, he loves going to dances.
He likes getting dressed up. He's got this fedora that he's had for 12 years that he wears.
And a suit jacket and his shiny dress shoes
and he'll go out there and he'll dance. If you kind of mimic some moves or do some moves, he'll mimic you.
Sometimes there's like a theme to the dance. We've had times where we've gone to dances where like it's Halloween and you do a costume, or it's like a cowboy and you dress up like a cowboy. And he loves that part too.
Oh, yeah.
He loves doing like dress up. He loves being in character.
He loves. He does, and I think he likes the music.
Oh yeah,
and
loves
just the
music.
atmosphere. So probably about 3-4 times a year, he gets to do that.
Almost every Friday, at least every other Friday, we do karaoke.
Karaoke, yes.
We kept going to like a karaoke place where you could get your own room, and after doing that for a while, we were like, we do this enough. Maybe we should just get like a speaker and a couple of mics and put on YouTube and try to do it at home.
And it works. And
Ryan loves it. He's usually the one that requests it. And he's got a couple of songs where he
kind of sings along too.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't know all the words, and some of it just is made up sounding shit. Yeah, and then like the last word, he'll be like, day.
Yeah.
You know, no, day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's cute. It's sweet. We've you know.
And we have fun with it. Like I try to do Mariah Carey, and
Ryan still has a lot of very innocent qualities that are still bring us a lot of joy. You know, I mean, he's got a lot of like innocent qualities to him that you're just like, oh my gosh, that was so funny, or that was so cute, and we'll even tell him that was funny, Ryan, good job, right?
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, he's got a few of those qualities.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think about it.
Stop it.
I mean, no,
like he'll come out dress up, and, or we used to, for a while there, he'd come out dressed as a cowboy, well, with a cowboy hat and his robe on. He loves his robe. And he'd come out, we had these like Nerf type guns, and he'd want to play like, you know, shoot him. And so he'd shoot you once, and you'd pretend like you were falling, and then he'd fall on the couch and act like you were dead. And then it was your turn to shoot him, and he thinks he's a stunt man. And has for years, because he's so dramatic. Like if you go to shoot him, he's like, and then he'll fall on the floor, and he'll make sure his hat comes off, and then when he's getting up slowly, he'll be going, "Are you okay? Are you okay?
Are you okay?" Yeah. He
likes to reenact some of the videos that he watches, and every once in a while he'll say something from a video that'll just make us bust out laughing because we didn't expect it. He does things that are quite entertaining sometimes.
It's been interesting since I've been home, because I don't see that as much as I thought I would. I don't see his personality as much as I thought I would. It kind of sucks. You know, because he doesn't show love like we do. You get him a snack
at all.
You get him a snack, and he's not thankful. He does not have. There's no action that he's saying. He's just grabs a snack and goes.
Grabs snacks to go. And if you tell him, "What do you say?" he'll go, "Thank you, you're welcome."
Yeah, he's
been saying those two things together for years now, and we've tried to separate it and just be like, "No, you say thank you, and I say you're welcome." You say, and he'll go, "Thank you, you're welcome." And you know, and that's something that it just kind of shows how long it takes him to figure some things out, because we've been working on that since he was little.
Well, and I'm talking about, you know, but getting affection back from him. You know, like you do something for him, and you just, there's no thank you. There is no even an act of thank you. As a matter of fact, if you don't do it, he's mad. And so, you know, I really started thinking, this is kind of deep, but I really started thinking about, how do I know that Ryan loves me? How do I know? What action has he ever performed that makes me know that he loves me? And I can't think of a single thing.
Well, he doesn't spontaneously, "I love you." He doesn't spontaneously like want to hold your hand or hug you or give you a kiss on the cheek, or none. It's never spontaneous.
No,
there's never ever been. There was one time he said, "I love you" out of nowhere. And I totally freaked the fuck out. And I think he was just saying it to say it, because I don't know that it was, maybe he was trying to say "I love you" to me.
But like
once.
When Sonny,
one time.
One time, maybe. Since Sonny's died, he's never said anything. I was even pointing pictures the other day. I'm like, "Who's this, Ryan? Who's this, Mama? Who's this, Sonny? Who's this, Daddy?" And it's not like, I mean, he knows Sonny. He hasn't seen Sonny for over a year. A year and a half now. But the longest he's ever gone before Sonny died was like 2 weeks, maybe. Maybe a month when he went to Canada. But hardly. And so, you know, Ryan. Honestly, when Sonny first moved out and went to college, he asked for Sonny a bunch. That's true. But once Sonny went to college, then it was just kind of like, take it as it comes. And it's probably more not like I miss Sonny, but wait, something's not right here. There's supposed to be a Sonny here. And so the only way that I know that he loves me is I have faith that he does. I have no evidence whatsoever.
Yeah.
I just have faith that he does.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just food guy to him, and that's all that matters. I'm the one who provides food and entertainment at his whims.
As I say about the rats, I'm just giant food lady. And I feel that way about him sometimes too. I want to believe that there's like a connection that exceeds
and that's what we have to believe.
The physical world.
Yeah.
But that's all I have is the faith that we have that connection. I mean, I will say there is one thing he does when one of us is missing for a while. That he will start asking for us. But it's not like, you know, Matt's gone for a weekend and as soon as he comes home, Ryan's at the door, you know, greeting him. Usually Ryan's at the door, but it's like as soon as Dad walks in, he might say Lowe's because Dad missed Saturday, you know, or like I'll come in and be like, hey, buddy, how's it going? I have to pull him in. I have to give the hug. Sometimes I have to tell him, give me a squeeze, because he'll just like stand there like, what are you doing? Get your paws off of me. Yeah,
he doesn't understand any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, it's his brain is just bombarded by oversensitization or whatever, you know, and
overstimulation.
Yeah, thank you. And so, you know, that's just Ryan.
Yeah, that's how he operates.
Yep.
It's kind of how he always has operated.
We love him.
To bits. Obviously, we haven't, you know, thrown him out of the house yet.
Although I did almost throw him out of the airplane.
Yeah, Matt had a conversation with ChatGPT about, you know, whether or not he should throw Ryan out of the airplane. But, you know, that's between...
Chat said no.
You didn't have to tell us that. That's between you and ChatGPT.
I just want to say, Chat said, Matt, you're in a metal tube 35,000 feet above the air with this craziness going on. You cannot open the door and throw him out.
Good chat. Good chat.
Yeah, you know.
Thank you, Chat. I know you can hear me. Everything that's electronic around me now, I swear, is taking in everything. I was looking at something. I noticed the game I'm playing on my phone. Like I've been talking about how bad my feet are lately, and how I need to look for more orthopedic. Almost every commercial I'm getting now is orthopedic shoes.
Of course.
Yep.
So, that's the internet for you.
AI knows. They know us.
Yes.
Anything else on the list?
I don't think so. I think we
so you're going to tell us
everybody.
an awesome dad joke, right?
So yeah.
I just have to say real quick, I won't give anything away, but Matt told me one the other day, made me laugh my ass off, and I was like, you should tell that one on the podcast. And he goes, no, it won't be. I won't get a genuine reaction from you.
Right. So I got two of them.
Oh, good.
Okay, so the first one is, why do seagulls fly over the sea?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay, they would be bagels.
That's awesome.
These are great. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I personally, I love dad jokes.
I do too. Yeah. I mean, you can't get enough.
Right. I actually, for 1 year, for like Father's Day, got him a dad joke book. Okay?
Yeah. Yep. And I knew them all. Why was the broom late to class?
Why?
It overswept.
That's awesome. High five. Good one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
All right. So,
anyways, guess what, Steph?
What, Matt?
What, Steph?
We haven't done that in a while.
I know, that's
Life will fucking kill you, man.
Amen, sister.
Life will fucking kill you.
Yes. But we love you.
So love each other and take care of each other, no matter how hard it is. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Everybody take care. Hopefully we'll be a little more on time next week. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye-bye.